not even sure what I'm going to title this video yet. I'm sure it'll come to me, but I feel like I need to just rant a little bit. So I have been coaching people in my personal life very recently, and kind of just also focusing on myself and trying to learn a little bit more about the law of assumption and the science behind it. And one thing that I've consistently seen people complain about or wanting explanations about again is, well, what do I do in the meantime? What is this limbo that I'm stuck in, or I'm not seeing results? So I actually decided to test it out myself. I will get to that at the end of the video. It will be a very short video, but I thought about this the other day and just came up with an explanation I feel like is really easy to understand. So let's say you have really slow Wi-Fi, which I can relate to because I live out in the boonies and have very slow Wi-Fi. And if I start downloading something, I click download, right? You clicking download is you starting affirming or visualizing whatever you're doing. But you know that your internet is slow, so it takes a long period of time. Sometimes it might stall a little bit. Sometimes you might have to press pause because you have to go and do something or whatever it is, right? So you know that it takes a while, but you're never questioning, am I going to be able to download this, or is this download going to be mine once it's here? It's just stalling, or you're pausing it, and that means it just takes a little bit longer than maybe someone who has faster Wi-Fi. And that is really what is happening when you are affirming and then stopping and spiraling, which, by the way, I'm not saying you need to affirm 24/7. I want to make a different video about this. But every time you're stalling or spiraling, or you're thinking about, what if this is not working? Or, I don't see any results. Am I doing something wrong? Do I need to use a different technique, a different affirmation, whatever the case may be? You are prolonging the result that is inevitably yours, because you know that reality is meant for you, because it's available to you, because otherwise you wouldn't be thinking about it. And this is the exact same process. Like I said, when you're downloading something, the other day, I had someone try to send me a photo, and it actually went through on their side already. And it took I think 10 or 15 minutes until I got that text message. Does that mean that text message was not sent? No, that text message was sent on their end, and I knew it because they told me. They're like, hey, I just sent you a picture. Did you get it? And I said, no, I didn't get it yet. But that was already on its way to me. It was just in this mid-air limbo thing. And that's what you have to constantly remind yourself, is when you are starting to choose a new reality, a different version of whatever it is that you're manifesting, you are basically putting everything into this mid-air limbo thing, right? You're starting to affirm, then it goes into limbo, and then you keep going until you're there. Energetically, it is immediately yours. We know that manifestation is instant, so there's no delay in the energetic field. But the 3D can be delayed for a variety of reasons. We know that the number one reason is the spiraling that I just talked about, or just old beliefs that are clearing out that you may not know how to handle or address it. Again, I've also done a couple of experiments on that recently. Want to do a different video. But the experiment that I did was that I started affirming for somebody else to receive a text message from a person I haven't spoken to in a while. Now, I did not tell this person that I was affirming for them, but I started the night before, and I think I affirmed for 5 to 10 minutes until I fell asleep. And then when I woke up the next morning, I continued to affirm, and I spoke to this person, I want to say an hour later. And before you ask, yes, I continuously affirmed for that hour until I spoke to that person. Because I know that's one of the things that would always trip me up when people are like, oh, I affirmed, and then it came to me an hour later. Well, did you affirm for the hour? Did you affirm for 10 minutes and then waited an hour? So I'm going to tell you right now, I affirmed for the entirety of that hour. And then I spoke to this person, and they came to me, and I just casually asked them, is there anything new we need to talk about? And they're like, no, not really. And initially I thought, okay, so the text message is not here yet. That's fine. Let's dig a little deeper. And so I asked them, well, have you felt any different? And they were like, yeah, actually, I'm not anxious today. And the funny thing is, they even messaged their doctor and were like, I think something's wrong with me. I don't feel right. I feel totally okay and normal and not anxious. And then I was like, okay, what would happen if you were to get a text message from this specific person? Would you be anxious? And they were like, no, I would actually be excited and happy and feel totally in control because they messaged me, and now I can message them back because I didn't want to reach out first. So we kind of came to the conclusion that they would actually not feel anxious, because anxious is kind of their, I want to say their baseline. But they said that they would feel really happy and just in control and supported and calm. So the affirmation didn't bring in the text message just yet. but it already brought this calm and this emotion in them to the forefront. So they immediately received that thought transmission, started shifting into the place where they would be at emotionally once they got the text message. And then all that's left is for their phone to receive the text message. Remember, it was already sent, it's in limbo, they were starting to feel it, and the next natural step is for them to then receive the text message. But even just knowing that they are feeling this type of way is a huge shift, because a lot of people are worried about their manifestations because they feel some type of way when the emotion isn't a manifestation. Your emotions should be a guideline, almost like a map for you to kind of see where am I at, because your thoughts come first and then your emotions come second. So, but if you are stuck in a place where you feel like you're in limbo or nothing's moving or nothing's happening and you're worried, this is what we're talking about when we're saying there's always movement in the background. Might be a good title for the video, but this is what we mean when we say there's always movement. Just because you don't tangibly see it or hear about it doesn't mean it's not happening. You are in full control. You are so much more in control than you actually realize. And I really hope this video helped you understand. I really hope this video is a video you can sit with and maybe reflect on a little bit of where you maybe fell short in the past when you were affirming these things. Because at the end of the day, like, I really, really want you to remember and remind yourself that there is nobody in control but you. And I've said this before, that I personally believe in God and that we co-create with God, but God gave us free will for a reason. And even if you are someone who comes from any sort of trauma, whether it's religious or spiritual or just in general, being told that you can't have what you want and that you're not in control and that you're not autonomous to your own life, please remember that even if you do believe that, that is a manifestation in and of itself. Even if you do live by that, you are allowing other people to manifest for you, whether it's the news or people around you that are feeding you assumptions. So you are still manifesting. You're just not manifesting what you want. You're manifesting what other people are dictating for you. And I don't believe that anybody should be living like that. So anyway, I hope you have a really, really good, well, whenever you're watching this, either Good Friday or weekend or Easter. And I will see you guys in the next video.